Welcome to KMET 1490 AM ABC News Radio and the Southern California Business Report, a show dedicated to highlighting successful Southern California businesses and the people behind them, with Daryl McCance and Yvette Walker. And now, here's Daryl and Yvette.
Thank you for joining the Southern California Business Report on ABC News and Talks, KMET 1490 AM, 98.1 FM, and KMET TV, with Yvette Walker and myself, Daryl McCance, at our new 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. rush hour time. We are live blasting our signal from the center of Southern California. We have the Inland Empire, Orange County, and the greater Los Angeles area to our west, the Desert Empire to the east, Temecula Valley to San Diego to our south, the beautiful mountain communities all the way to State Line to our north. Get us crystal clear live worldwide by going to Google Play or Apple App Store and downloading the free KMET smartphone app today. We focus each week on successful Southern California businesses and the people behind them, serving the local population of nearly 25 million, from awe-inspiring sole proprietorships to world-renowned organizations in all sectors of our economy. Today's show focuses on the business and secrets of Southern California's local government and more. I'm not going to say who, as tradition goes. We're going to have Yvette Walker do a beautiful introduction, but as a little tease, make sure everybody notes that all government is local government. This particular entity is soon to be the largest city in the largest county in the largest state in the United States of America. Now, before we begin today, a special thank you to our team at the station, Mitch, Bill, Sean, and our amazing advisory group, Bill Morris, Jay Kaplan. Catch his show on Friday at 3. He's been, 3 to 5. And we have Camilla Rubio, Diana Cabala, and James Carvin. Special thanks to all of those great people. And also, special thanks to last week's guest. We had Brenda Lorenzi from Lorenzi Estates Vineyards and Winery, and beautiful Temecula, where they have over 65 90-point or better wines. We're getting some of the best wine in the world out of Temecula Valley. So we are very, very, very lucky. Now, as tradition goes, we're going to have Yvette Walker do a beautiful introduction to our guest this week. The microphone is all yours. Go for it, Yvette.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Daryl. And I am just talk about awe-inspiring. I am in awe of this wonderful leader of the soon-to-be largest city in California. So today, I am so honored to introduce Mayor Acquanetta Warren. Elected as mayor in December 2010 and overwhelmingly re-elected in 2014 and 2018, Acquanetta Warren is serving her third term as the mayor of the city of Fontana. Mayor Warren focuses her administrations on bolstering economic development, creating educational opportunities, and advocating for a healthier community. During her 8 years as councilwoman and now third term as mayor, Warren has spearheaded significant economic growth and has played a critical role in positioning Fontana as a supply chain hub that provides critical goods throughout the world. Mayor Warren emphasizes that Fontana is open for business and works directly with the Fontana Chamber of Commerce to support the needs of the business community, ensuring that every child in Fontana receives the highest level of education and career readiness. Warren formed the Mayor's Education Coalition, a network of schools, businesses, and local leaders committed to preparing students for job and career opportunities after graduation. Realizing that a strong economy requires a healthy community, Mayor Warren founded the award-winning and model program across the nation, Healthy Fontana. Stemming from Healthy Fontana is the Fontana Walks program. What began as a challenge to the community to cumulatively walk 2 billion steps in 2017 has turned into monthly walks with nearly 9 billion steps taken to date. As a nationally recognized leader, Mayor Warren serves as chairwoman of the Workforce, Career and Technical Education Task Force, and Vice Chairwoman of the Youth Issues Committee with the U.S. Conference of Mayors. Member of the Intergovernmental Policy Advisory Committee, IGPAC, to focus on trade issues. Member of the Southern California Association of Governments, GAG, Community, Economic, and Human Development Committee. Member of the Board of Directors, General Policy Committee, and Transit Committee of the San Bernardino County Transportation Authority. Mayor Warren earned a Bachelor of Arts degree in Political Science, Urban Studies from Occidental College, and an honorary doctorate degree in theology from Next Dimension Bible College, and is a member of the Water of Life Community Church and has 3 children and 2 grandchildren. How do you do it all, Mayor Warren? Thank you so much for making the time to be with us here today.
Thank you for having me. This is exciting.
Now, like we talked, the format of the show is we want to talk about the past, the present, and the future of Fontana, and you and your. When we talk about the people behind these success stories, the residents, the business owners are so fortunate to have you, the mayor, there, because everyone tells Yvette Walker and myself, Mayor Warren cares. She gets it. She knows exactly where we're at, where we're going. Yvette Walker and myself, we believe that soon, it'll be Senator Warren or President Warren,
Yes.
and we would be, I tell you what, no one would be more.
You heard it here first.
I got news for you. You know, it's, all government is local government, as the mayor of Ontario recently said, when your water goes out, you can either call the White House or you can call your local authority. And if you want it turned on right away, make sure you call your local authority.
That's right.
So Yvette did a great job at going over your accomplishments. Feel free to take it from there. If there's anything that you'd like to talk about in your past that you think is really helping you take this amazing city, as I said, soon to be the largest population of any city in the largest county, in the largest state, in the largest, in the United States. It just doesn't get any more exciting than that. So, so far as the back, you take us to the back.
I tell you, it's all unbelievable, but then it is believable because it's called vision. And I grew up in South Central Los Angeles. I grew up during the Civil Rights era, and I had people telling me constantly, you can do anything you want to do. And that's what keeps me driving, is that I believe we can make a difference. And I don't like to see other people suffering. I want to make sure that we're doing everything within our power to make sure that people are comfortable. But more importantly, for me, it's all about increasing the quality of life of every resident that lives in this great town. And for me, the region, because one can't be strong if the others are weak. So I'm constantly trying to work with the other cities to make sure that we don't leave them behind. And so coming from, at that time, I grew up in South Central. Then when I was married, I moved to Compton. When I came here, it was my promised land. And, everything I had, I stuck in my house, and I was like, I'm happy. This is good. And then the night we moved in, the wind started blowing. I checked everything. I checked crime. I checked the schools. Everything I could think of that would make a better quality of life for myself and my children, but I forgot to check the weather. But that's okay, because those winds have been a godsend for this great town, because it just blows everything somewhere, but it's not staying here.
Are you telling me you have no pollution? Have you been looking for pollution out there?
Yeah, I go outside and look for pollution constantly that everybody's talking about, and I'm waiting to see it. When our winds come through here, if you're not tied down, you're not going to get a chance to stick around.
Right.
So I mean, I never thought I had to compromise with trash cans early in the morning, but I've had to do that here. I got my career started with working with Mayor Bradley and Councilman Robert Farrell. I was a field rep, and I was on Mayor Bradley's Youth Advisory Council with the great Olivia Mitchell. They're getting ready to do something powerful for her in LA. She's still working for the city. And What she did was really train we young people how to understand departments, how to understand electeds, and how to understand citizens. And it's all about customer service. Listen to what people are asking you to do and do it. It's so simple. But you'd be surprised how people forget once they get elected. That's what you were here for.
Right.
So I had the opportunity of being on the first General Plan Advisory Committee in 2000 as a regular citizen. And I was just elated when they made me vice chair. And I dug in, and we went from every area around the city, listening to what citizens wanted. And that was what we recommended to the great council. At that time, our great mayor, Mark Nuemi, my big mentor. And
Is that
so
great?
I always have looked up to Mark in terms of his vision. He had a pathway for transportation hub. He made it happen with our first interchanges. And you got to ask yourself, and I keep telling citizens, why do you think we were able to get 4 interchanges in a 12-year period right here in our city? Because every product that comes off that port for Los Angeles and Long Beach more than likely will end up in Fontana. And now that our south region of our town is right 2 miles from the cargo for Ontario Airport, you could just get me a lawn chair and sit there and watch those cargo planes unfold all that product that allows our citizens to get those jobs. So recently we've identified that unless we get our children educated and career ready, we're creating jobs for other people that don't live here. And that doesn't set well with myself and my colleagues. So that's our big challenge, to get our school districts entwined with these businesses and not talking about things that the businesses are not using. They met with me early on when I became mayor and said, we got issues with your kids. They don't look us in the eye. They don't have the confidence. They don't show up on time. And they don't understand that we offer training. You cannot, and I had this discussion with some young people on Saturday, nobody is going to hire you and make you CEO the first day. I don't know where that has ever happened. You got to start somewhere.
Yeah.
But we have all these people saying, oh, they're low paying jobs. Yes, they are low paying if you don't have the experience or the education. But our goal is to get everyone there, because those so-called low paying jobs are livable wages once you get in there. And actually, we've seen where they sent these young people to school.
Absolutely. And that's the common theme here when we highlight people. And the common theme has always been action and vision and action. And you
That's
have
right.
taken that by the horns. And I love to see how you have transformed Fontana. So can you please talk about the programs that support the sustainability of your job centers and Fontana and the positive quality of life it has for your residents?
Well, one myth, I call it, is that these were all just logistics and transportation. I mean, we have Amazon here. We've got FedExpress, UPS. We got them all. But what people don't understand, those jobs are becoming more high technical jobs. So you better know something about computers. You know, we've had gamers. You know what a gamer is?
Yes.
That has walked into one of these warehouses, and now they're sitting up there getting $45 an hour to control a robot. And by the way, robots aren't a bad thing. People keep saying, oh my God, robotics is going to take over. No, they're not. They don't know how to clean themselves. They don't know how to fix themselves. They're going to need people to maintain that technology. What they do is accent what we're doing on a regular day. One of the things that we created was sustaining our health. Because when I became a council member, I think I told this story publicly before, my brother was looking at the paper telling me, this is great, you got appointed. And I'm looking at what I got on, and I felt, I said, I look huge. I really did get into that. So I called up Kaiser and asked them to come and meet with me so they could bring me the statistics. And, I wanted to be Oprah, and we were going to all lose weight and put our fat on a flatbed in front of the city hall and march down the street. Look how much weight we lost. And they got in there and terrified me with the statistics about heart rate, particularly amongst women and men of color. Really scary. And as I look at COVID today, I'm so thankful that we started Healthy Fontana. I've had people tell me they know that's what saved their lives. Because one of the biggest issues that we are having with COVID is so many people of color don't know their numbers. And when they get this disease, they don't understand you have hypertension, you have diabetes, all these things, but they won't go to the doctor until after they catch the disease. So we're trying to correct that. to get people to go and take a medical exam and get your numbers so you know where your fallings are. It's so important. And so with Healthy Fontana, we tell everyone, I tell people all the time, I wasn't born a size 2. Don't want to be one. I ain't mad if you are one, though.
There you go. There you go.
Don't look at me, Mayor. I'm not a size 2.
That's right. That's right.
I said, and everybody, wherever you are, that's where we start. Just get healthy. So we have groups of people walking all over town, eating the right foods, helping each other with recipes. We've got some super chefs. If you look at our website and you look on our television station, we have a great chef. She comes on and she's helping the kids learn the value of carrots and celery. So we have that program. But I tell you, I'm so proud of the Fontana Mayor's Education Coalition. People don't know we're serviced by 5 school districts. Don't ask me how that happened. It was something with development. So we have all these districts that are having our children everywhere. So bringing all those superintendents and their representatives for workforce together in a room with our chamber, with the businesses, with all the support staff from the county board, all of those people coming together and talking about how do we educate our children better and how do we give kids options. Now, we have some people that say the mayor doesn't want any of our kids to go to college. That's not true. But guess what? Everybody doesn't want to go to college. Some people want to have a career. So what we're trying to explain to everyone is we need to provide options for our young people because we know what happens when they don't have options. They're on the street. They're homeless. They're in jail. I call it sidewalk university. We don't want that for our children. We want them to have options. And when you tell them, if you don't want to go to college right now, that's okay. You can get a good job and you can be trained. 90% of those students that do that end up going to school anyway because now their employer's paying for it.
Isn't that great?
So those are the kinds of programs we're trying to push. And we're working with San Bernardino County Workforce Board, who I think is really starting to do a phenomenal job of making sure we all have the data so we know where to push these young people and what careers. So it's coming together. It's been a long time, but it's starting to really come together.
For those that are just tuning in, we're here with Mayor Warren of the beautiful city of Fontana, the beautiful foothills right above it, the 210 freeway. We have the Interstate 10 below them to the south. They got the 15 freeway. Right as you're going up to Vegas, you got Fontana right there. It's just, the city is gorgeous. And we're here with Mayor Warren, who everybody from Mark Thorpe, the CEO of Ontario International, can't say enough great things about Mayor Warren. The city of Ontario, they can't say enough great things about Mayor Warren. And as you can, those that have been listening for the last few minutes, you can tell the bottom line is she cares. She cares about the residents. She cares about the employers. She cares about the neighboring cities. And you know, you just can't find that everywhere. And the fact that she jumps in, as Yvette Walker just said, action, action, action. Let's take care of it. But I did think, Yvette, about one issue. I think the mayor is trying to put us out of business because people are spending about an hour and 15 minutes in the car each way. That's the average in Southern California. So people are spending 2.5, 3 hours. It dawns on me that she has so many people living in the city and working in the city with almost no commute daily. So she's trying to put us out of business. I can't believe it because the car is king. The car is king, and people enjoy radio. But I got news for you. If you're improving the quality of people's lives, there's nothing more important than that. And obviously, you care about their physical health, their financial health, their spiritual health. You've got that big picture. You've got the huge personality. I've just, we know so many people that just really appreciate, and that's why I'm putting all my money on President. I think we're going to, when she's in the White House, she better be calling me for a little visit. I want to go over there and visit. But we're very excited to have you on air. And do us a little favor, kind of do a little walkthrough. Your current State of the Union was just beautiful, where you talked about what's going on in the north part of town, the south part of town, east and west. It's such a huge city. And, you're a port city. You're just buckled right up to the airport, the truck port. what's the other one? The train.
The
You got
train port.
The train
No,
port.
we've got planes, trains, and automobiles,
There
I
you
love
go.
it.
and rail,
I love it.
and rail.
I love it.
Nice.
So
Nice.
tell our audience about the exciting things that are happening
Oh,
right now in the Northeast, South, and West, and we're going to look forward to that. Go right ahead.
well, during the State of the City, I imagine when I was writing my speech, I needed to tell our great public if they were to walk down our main street, Sierra, and look both ways, they would see new, they would see
Beautiful.
exciting, and they would see refurbished, because we do that very well here in our town. Remember, we were the steel town. And they
Yes.
took that thing down and took it to China, and now we have the Speedway. So when it comes to renovations, we're there. So if you look in the South, we have a new development called Foothill. It is a warehouse, but that particular project is sharing the funding of infrastructure needed to put in 155 units of housing for families.
Wow.
Fantastic.
And that's facing Sierra. Then next door, we had an exciting announcement. We're getting the South Chaffee College campus.
Nice.
14 acres of Chaffee College in the South, which will have about 6,000 students. We have
Wow.
people very upset saying there's no restaurants there. Nobody's paying attention that we have COVID right now, but we're trying to keep the ones we have, beside trying to bring new ones. And nobody understands that without that traffic of people needing those restaurants, other than when you all decide to come out those single family homes, you need people to feed into those places.
Yep.
With that college and those multifamily units coming in, you're going to see restaurants clamoring to want to come here,
That's
or
right.
eateries. We all know that when the COVID is over, we probably have changed the dynamics of where we eat and how we eat. So it's going to be important to have people there. And then also, with all the various warehouses all around the city, because most people will tell me in a heartbeat, it's only in my part of town. I said, that's funny. I don't live in your part of town. And when I go walking, I see a whole lot of warehouses on Cherry. And they go, oh, I forgot about that area. So we always have that. It's okay. But when you look at the South and you see those dramatic changes that will be coming within the next 2 years or sooner, those are amazing projects that help. And we need to understand in the South, it used to be riddled with chicken farms, no infrastructure. There were great homes, ranch style homes. We got some great centers there. But the homes that were put in afterwards kind of were not real supported with infrastructure. And now with these different, what I call, and by the way, I changed the narrative. I can do that. They are no longer warehouses. They are job centers.
Love it.
And we have the largest manufacturing hubs ever. I mean, we have over 420 manufacturers right here in our town. And they're
Wow.
making products from Nassau to toilet paper. I mean, it's all over the place. Everybody's making something. And Made in America is real. But we started Made in Fontana.
Love it.
State of the Cities ago, we had Made in Fontana stickers everywhere. So
Fantastic.
we have that in the South. Then we also are trying to put a park, a South Fontana park, with all the family amenities, and that will handle our sports. But we're short on funding. But we're not giving up. My colleagues and I are determined to get that park built. So determined that I can announce we have $19 million to raise. We've raised $13 million. And we're not. So we're right on the money. And I got a feeling the next couple of months we'll get the rest of it. But with
That is
COVID,
awesome.
our budget is having some issues, but we're not letting it stop us. Then if you walk toward the 10 freeway right there on Sierra and the 10 freeway, the express lanes, imagine that. We need those express lanes so that we don't have interference with the truck traffic, as well as everyone passing through our region trying to get out of California, but only to come back on Monday.
Correct.
Everybody's running to Arizona every chance they get. That's a given. And down to Palm Springs. I call Palm Springs the new beach city. Everybody wants to go there for the weekend. It's okay. I'm not mad at them. Then, when you leave the 10 freeway, which, by the way, those express lanes are also on the 15 freeway, you're right there toward the core. But before you get there, Right across the street from Kaiser Hospital, there was the old Rock Honda Center. Who didn't buy their Honda from Rock Honda? Remember those days?
Oh, yeah.
Well, they left an empty lot when they moved up to our car center up off the 210. That is going to have the Northgate Gonzalez Market. I call
Very
it
good.
the Whole Foods for Latino food. It is going to be amazing. And they're bringing in some really great eateries. We're going to have Panda Express, a different type of panda, more fusion style. But we're also getting this group called Smoke and Fire. If you want some good, hot Nashville chicken, you need to check this out. I can't wait for them to build. We don't have to wait. They're in La Mirada now. We can drive down there for lunch. It is, and I've done it quite a few times. It's amazing. So they're coming to Fontana. But then if you keep to the north, you're in our core, which is our downtown area. And we as a city, we've invested so much in terms of building up the City Hall campus. We call it a campus because we've got our City Hall, we've got our fire station, we've got our police station, we have our great Lewis Technology Center library there, which also has the Dr. Martin Luther King Children's Library, where we had a statue done called Columns of Knowledge with the book under that statue. The foundation is the Holy Bible.
Oh.
And these are all the books that gave Dr. King inspiration.
Beautiful.
And then right outside there, you look at the Miller Amphitheater that we invested and redid. Before, we had concerts there that would sit probably 5,000 to 6,000 people. We can get about 9,200 people in there now. And I found that out the hard way when we had the Rolls Royce. We had Rolls Royce about 4 or 5 years ago come and entertain for our summer concert series. No arrests, no problems, but no parking. So we're trying to fix that. But we had a ball. And in that amphitheater, we were able to get donations from our community and business community. And now we have the Veterans Memorial Wall. And it is spectacular. So I got to send you pictures, Yvette.
Yes, yes.
Well, I'll be
Please
able to
send
look
the
at it.
pictures.
I read about that. That is
Beautiful. And then across the street is the Fontana Women's Club. And now, Daryl, you're going to have a fit about this.
Okay, now I'm gonna tell you right now. We're gonna tease the audience, and I'll tell you
That's
why.
right. We got to
As
tease
soon,
the
as, soon, as soon as we get back, we're gonna go to break, and as soon as we get back, Mayor Warren, Fontana, the largest city in the largest county in the largest state of the United States of America, is going to tell us all about this amazing women's center that is about to have some big announcements. And we're going to go over that in just a second, as soon as we get back from break. Thank you.
Hello, listeners. This is Christopher from The Christopher Show. Hey, if you missed one of our shows here at KMET, don't worry about it. You can go to our webpage, and that's KMET1490am.com. Go to the homepage, click on the SoundCloud tab, and hear any show anytime you want.
Chef Jamie Gwen here. Tune in for delicious conversation every Sunday at 4 p.m. to feed your soul. You'll hear from celebrity chefs, Food Network stars, authors, artisans, winemakers, and more on my show, and each week brings a new culinary experience. So join me at the table Sundays at 4 p.m. right here on KMET 1490 ABC News Radio.
Join Daryl McCance and Yvette Walker each Tuesday at 4 p.m. on ABC News Radio, KMET, and Internet KMET TV for the Southern California Business Report. The show highlights successful businesses and individuals behind them. Daryl and Yvette interview the incredible people managing these enterprises that range from awe-inspiring sole proprietors to world-renowned organizations. The Southern California Business Report, Tuesdays at 4 p.m. on KMET AM, FM, and Internet KMET TV.
Take KMET 1490 AM with you everywhere you go by downloading our free smartphone apps found on the KMET website, KMET1490am.com. You can also go to the Google Play Store or the Apple App Store on your phone to download the free app. Now you can listen live or play any of your favorite programmers' podcasts using your smartphone. Go to KMET1490am.com and download your free phone app today.
You're listening to the Southern California Business Report on KMET Radio, 1490 AM, Ontario, Rancho Cucamonga, Redlands, and Palm Springs. ABC News Radio.
Welcome back to the Southern California Business Report. We are here with Mayor Warren, City of Fontana. And Yvette Walker and myself, we were just about to ask for more details on the Women's Center that has got some major announcements coming. And with that, Mayor, and again, Mayor Warren, City of Fontana, for those that just tuned in, she is the mayor of the largest city, in the largest county, in the largest state of the United States of America. And I soon think we'll be addressing her as Senator Warren.
No,
Or
President Warren,
President
yes.
Warren. And I better
No,
get
you're
an
not
invitation.
messing up my record. I'm gonna stay down here.
See how you are?
We're
See how you
safe.
are? You're having fun. You're having fun with your friends over in Ontario and Rancho Cucamonga and all of Southern California. So go ahead and tell us what's happening with this Women's Center.
Well,
This is
we have
exciting.
the historic Fontana Women's Club. It is the second oldest building in the city of Fontana. And it was having some challenges because when you have historical buildings, you have to keep them up. And so we put our heads together and worked with the city. I'm a member of the club too. And we decided to refurbish that club. But we're going a step further because, you know, for us, it's about sustaining. So the way to sustain that building, we're bringing in a special operator who's going to operate a 5-star restaurant out of that building, right on Sierra. And
Nice.
it's Foggies from Upland.
Oh,
Yes.
there we go.
Henry Gonzalez and Anna, you know, they're coming.
Oh, boy.
They just sent me a video this morning of the types of food they're looking at serving, and they call them small plates, but I'm going to take one plate and feed my whole family on it.
Henry
So I
Gonzalez is a
cannot
gifted
wait.
chef.
But that starts the economic boom that we're already working on in the downtown area. We want downtown to be a destination site. We have a gentleman who owns New Legacy Corporation, Jose Carzana, and he is building 29 units right on Nuevo and Arrow. We're going to
Nice.
attract our young folks down there, right? My
Absolutely.
son hates when I say young folks. He wants to know what that's defined as. But that's what we're looking to do. And under there will be retail and an eatery and maybe a brewery. And
Yep.
then across the street, we have so many young people that are trying to be business people. He already put an incubator down there. It's called A Space, and its offices is great. And they all share the same Xerox machine, the conference room. It's better than when you're in Los Angeles at those little space areas. So he has office space across the street he's putting together, and he'll be able to house another 15 small businesses.
Wow.
Well, I got to tell you,
They're
Mayor,
going
we're
to
going
need places to eat and
Oh,
live.
my goodness.
to.
We're
Yvette
starting
Walker
to
and I.
see a lot of interest.
Yvette Walker and I are we're gonna help your son. Okay, right now in Southern California, there are many areas where those under 25 have never been more concerned as far as trying to make money, the cost of living, trying to move around. So the fact that, and Mark Thorpe at the Ontario International Airport educated us that the third largest group of millennials in the nation are right there in your backyard.
That's right.
And I got to tell you, the fact that you're creating an environment where they can get great jobs, good jobs that turn into great jobs, and training and school paid for, they can move around. The affordability is fantastic, and now you're bringing in 5-star restaurants. And it's all jobs, 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 and jobs. Because once you have that great job, you can afford to buy that house, buy that car, invest in your education. As you're talking about people eating healthier and really taking care of their health, everything costs money.
That's
And so as you talk about your job centers, I smile from ear to ear because we're the Southern California Business Report, and these successful businesses are so important.
Yes.
And the fact that you're so focused on it, because that's the foundation. That's the foundation. And you're running Fontana like a brilliantly run business.
Yes.
Ontario Airport's doing the same thing. And your partner cities around, Rancho Cucamonga, we're seeing so much in the region that's just taken on this job creation responsibility, where we have other parts of the state where they've seen dips. You know, they've seen where things in the film industry have left the state, left the country.
Yes.
You know, and so there's so much excitement that you and your region here is giving all of Southern California, because Yvette and I, we're excited about every business from San Luis Obispo to San Diego. We want to see every business succeed, but we have to have leaders, and you're one of those leaders. We're here with Mayor Warren, the mayor of the city of Fontana, and she was just sharing with us the Women's Center that's about to open a 5-star restaurant, taking this beautiful historic structure, bringing it back to its glory for the long term. What else you got going on in the city? Give us
we
some
have
other
center
exciting.
stage. We still have our center stage, and after COVID, we hope it reopens. It's run by Tibby Productions. They do great productions, you know. And people thought, you know, that type of entertainment had gone away. But we get people from all over the region coming there. And when you talked about the business part of this, keep in mind for Fontana, my colleagues and I, we want balance. So we have some of the best parks in this region, if not the best parks. I just looked around making sure Dennis Michael from Rancho doesn't run in here and choke me. Don't tell anybody. They think they do, but we do.
See.
Yeah,
Good,
so
a good little friendly competition's good.
There you
Friendly
go.
competition.
Yeah, that's what I keep telling all the mayors. Please do me a favor, catch up.
compete, catch up. But I can definitely attest to the wonderful parks. My daughter practices soccer there all the time at Citrus Park. Beautiful, large, well lit, perfect fields. Beautiful for her soccer team. I mean,
well, you're gonna love this. In that same area where I could throw a rock right from the women's club, we're building a new park called Central Park. Ooh. And it's going to be ready by May. And it is gorgeous, and it even has a community garden in it.
Wow.
Nice.
So we're not playing around. We got something for everybody.
Okay,
oh,
now,
my goodness.
now I interrupted you. So you started down by the I-10, Interstate 10, and you moved up north. You moved up to the Midtown. Now tell us about the north part of town. What do you got going up there?
Before we get there, in between, we have on Ramona and Sierra a 66-unit family housing being constructed. Now, you know, the state has said you must have housing. They didn't say how that occurred since they took redevelopment.
Yep.
All the tools we ordinarily will be able to use, but we're still fighting and working and making it happen with our developers. So we got 66 units of family housing come. So
nice.
Then as you get further down Sierra, we have 2 new dealerships coming in, Hyundai and Jeep, Dodge Jeep. So we're excited about that. But we have a new development called Fontana Square, which is going to bring us 2 nice premier hotels and restaurants. But more important, we have not a lot of places here that we can actually meet big, large groups. They're going to bring us a 3,000 occupancy meeting hall where people can get together for conventions and all of those items, right at Highland and Citrus, that area. So we've got that going. But here's the big announcement. We go up further off the 15 past the 210, and there's a project that most know about called Fontana. We purchased it years ago. Well, we have finally spearheaded a drop-off to get it done. We're actually working with Jimmy Previty from Frontier Development. He's going to come in and develop that area for us. And that will be the new premier and the gateway when you're coming from Vegas. You see the vision here?
See all those
you're coming down that 210.
Yes.
Or when you're coming down that 15 from Vegas or on your way to Vegas, you're going to have to stop there. But it's going to be housing, office space, retail, the whole thing.
And they're all going to say,
very well.
We want to live there. We want to work there. We want to grow there because it's just so
and that
beautiful.
was the thing. Our prior mayor always said, you can live, you can play, and then he get to work and he kind of choke a little bit. But he can't do that anymore. He's very happy because now you can say, I can live, I can play and work. And let me tell you a reason why I know it works. In 18, I was scouting around early in the morning during my campaign, just checking on signs, because you know how we roll out here. If you're competitive, you're tearing down signs and you're drawing nasty names on them, right? That's just the way it is. So a gentleman was coming out of the south area, crossing Jurupa, and I was like, where is this guy headed this time of morning? And he had a lunch pail. So I pulled over and I said hi, and he said hi, and then he recognized me, and I said, sir, where are you going? He said, I'm headed to work. I said, really? He said, are you the mayor? I said, yes, I am, trying to get reelected. He said, oh, don't worry, I already voted for you. He said, look, because of what your efforts and your council's efforts have led to, I don't have to be on the freeway going to Alhambra every day. I was spending an hour and a half just to Alhambra. And I don't do that now. I was able to relocate my job here. I can come home at lunch. I have my lunch bill because my wife's going shopping today. So she kicked me out for lunchtime. But it's right here at the house. And he said, you know what? I make more money here. And my quality of life is better because I can spend more time with my family. And more, we're seeing that happen. People are taking those transferable skills and they're using them. I mean, they need people like psychologists for their human resources. I'm just amazed when we go on tours. I go with the chamber because they get to tour the facilities. And we're going to start really showing some of these jobs. We're going to call it Fontana Works. I said that in my speech.
Yep.
There's going to be a website where we put these jobs up so people can apply for them. People that live here, because that's the whole idea. We want to make sure that we have something for everyone. So
Absolutely.
We're excited.
Well, for those that are just joining in listening, we're here with Mayor Warren, mayor of the City of Fontana, the largest population in the biggest county.
That's right, San Bernardino's going to go.
Right, in the biggest state in the Union and the United States. So Yvette Walker and I have been teasing her. We think soon it'll be Senator Warren and then President Warren.
There you go.
So we're gonna keep putting that in her head. The residents.
And I'm gonna keep driving the message to others so that we can stay stable.
Absolutely, that's what I'm talking about.
There you go.
But you know, one thing that this city did, we were the first city when after George Floyd's death, we saw the uprisings going on. And we had it here too, but it stopped the first night. And then we saw what they did to San Bernardino. But after the county adopted the Declaration to End Racism, calling it a health hazard, this city adopted the resolution also. And
nice.
The beauty is we have had very difficult conversations regarding racism. We started with our police chief. It was really something. I got a text a couple of days after things that kind of calmed down from our former Park and Rec Commissioner, Felix Jones. And Felix wanted to have a round table with the chief, with citizens, so that any issues that they had, they would have an opportunity to discuss with him. And I was all for that, but I told him, let's have the conversation. So we have KFON, which is our regular television show, and streaming. And we had Felix, myself, and a young man I met that gave a peaceful demonstration up at our Jesse Turner Center. It was faith-based. His name is Christian Latuli. And Christian had shirts in racism. And on the back, it said, change your heart. So I've been keeping up with Christian, and now he's on that roundtable. So the chief embraced the idea. We had people apply. He selected about 14 members of our community, and they're meeting monthly, and the ideas that are coming out of that group are amazing. And we're able to work closer with the community, with these representatives for our police department. So we're really proud of that. But then the next conversation was with our faith-based community. And you got to check this out, Yvette and Daryl. It was really something. People got on there with me. We had questions. We gave them the questions, and they admitted this is a very difficult conversation. But I tell you, Pastor Henderson was just great. He said, it was my idea for us all to get together. They formed a group. with white, Latino, and Black pastors and Asian pastors, where they meet regularly just to talk about racism and how they can teach their congregations. Because, that's what's going to help if all of these pastors go out to their congregations and start these discussions and we begin to learn about each other's cultures. So it was a great conversation. Then the next one was with our educators, and that was an eye-opener. It was, I'm still stunned the things that they said that we all think, but they said these things happen and how they're trying to eliminate these items. But the next conversation, and you'll enjoy this, is going to be with our business community. And I'm really looking forward to that. And on top of that, we did bring in our youth. We have the Mayor's Youth Advisory Board Council. And those young people jumped into actions during the election. They actually went out and recruited and got information nationally with our Mayor's Youth Advisory Council with the United States Conference of Mayors. Our kids led that initiative to vote early, register now. They did an amazing job. And these are young people between the age of 14 and 18. Nice. We've had some great conversations, and they were really good when we talked about racism. So I'll make sure you get a copy when we bring the business community in. And then next, I want to do the nonprofits. And if we can get over COVID, wouldn't it be great if I could bring everybody, all the participants of all those discussions back together to see what progress or where's the next step?
Well, I know the secret sauce. You shared with Yvette Walker and myself, Daryl McCance, earlier, and that is you truly believe, and you can't make somebody, you are who you are, and you believe that everybody is important. And when you have the gift, the employer is important. Every religion is important. Right. Every female is important. Every male is important. It doesn't matter who you are. You're important. Okay, and you either believe it or you don't, and people can see right through it. And people that talk about what you've done out there and talk about you personally, talk about you professionally, you as the role of the mayor, you care, and you treat people as though they're important. And I've talked with Henry Gonzalez there at Spaghi's, who's cooked for 4 U.S. presidents, runs a 5-star restaurant, and when he's partnered with you, every single homeless person, he asks them their name. Nobody asks them their names because it's unbelievable.
That's right.
Nobody asks their names, okay? And Henry Gonzalez is another person who cares and treats people with the respect that he would like to have given to him. And it's a rare commodity. And the fact that you guys are partnered up, but whether you're the richest person in town or the poorest person in town, or someone's background or whatever challenges, every single person's important. And you have really again, I'm going to quote Yvette here: action, action, action. Talk is cheap. You are making it happen. You're taking the steps. And that's exciting that you've got the young people focused on getting things done, taking control, action, action, action. Then the problems disappear. And then you're on to the next problem because there's always something that needs to be, taken care of and focused on. So now let's move another direction into some of the fun stuff, because you mentioned earlier, you got on the south part of town, NASCAR and your raceway, on one side of town, you got golf courses on the other side of town. Right? You're building all your fancy houses right next to Bass Pro Shop. You're going to be making all these cities jealous, okay? So
I'm moving to Fontana, okay?
I was just going to say,
Yeah. But I'll tell you something else that we talked about in the State of the City, is how much we need to do for the population that needs the most help. And that is our homeless population. Right. Yep. And we have not forgotten them. We're working with them. Yep. We're partnering. And that's the key. You have to partner with other people. The cities are not set up for all of these other human services. We're not. People think when they come from LA County that we're LA County and that we have all these departments, but we don't. But we are able to partner with people that have that expertise. So we partner with Water of Life Community Church and other churches. But Water of Life has a program called CityLink, and they link their services with city needs. So they actually are handling our homeless population that needs assistance. They can go there, they're right in the downtown area, and they can get case management. The difference in case workers is that they will stick with people for a whole year or more if they need to get them on their feet. And we have Eric Gavin. Eric is known as Mr. Homeless. He works with everyone, but he's come on board with our police department. Can you imagine? Our police department came in my office about 4 years ago and said, Mayor, well, let me go back. When I first became mayor, they came to me because everyone was getting put out of, people were getting out of jail and they had no resources. They were just hollering and tooting. We're letting everybody out of jail, not understanding where are these people going to live? People don't realize when you get out of jail, sometimes you don't even have a driver's license or a social security card. So our officers wanted to do a one-stop shop. They brought DMV. They negotiated these young people's child support. Because see, if you have child support as a debt, you can't get a driver's license. So DMV there, right there on site, was working with them. I would come and congratulate them for being out of jail and coming back home. And my theory is, I told them, you belong to us. You came from here, you grew up here, we're here to help you. So our officers have always been like evolutionary in terms of how to handle the public. So when they came to me a couple years back and said, we want to work on the homeless problem, we see what's going on, and they actually work with Eric, and Eric deals with the chronic homeless. And those are the people that have decided, I don't want shelter, I don't want to follow rules, and I'm just going to live out here. And I'm happy with that. And I've had those conversations with quite a few of those people, and they tell me, look at you, Mayor. I bet you got a house note, a car note, all stressed out, where you should be like us. We're free. We just do what we want to do. But that's not the lifestyle we want for everyone. We want them to have shelter. We want them to have medical services, and we want them to have a future. So Eric with the police department and the County Hope team work with these individuals. You know what we're lacking, though? We don't have enough housing to put these people in. So at my State of the City, I actually said, if you have a home or an apartment or anything, even rooms, we'll take them. We'll take them. And so we made that plea. And we're still working with other churches trying to find more housing. And if anybody hears this plea today, get in touch with us. Because if we can find places for these people to stay, we can sustain them.
Mayor
We have the programming to do that. It's
That
just
is awesome.
finding the housing.
That's awesome. Well, we're gonna keep the message, and we're gonna have you back on air. You're not going anywhere. And don't forget about Yvette Walker and myself, Daryl McCance, when you're in that White House. Okay?
Yes.
President. Okay. Now we are at the end of the hour. Yvette, do us a favor and let the audience know how they can see this on demand later. If they didn't catch the whole interview, they're going to want to hear the whole interview.
Absolutely.
But
Well,
take it from here, Yvette.
Yes, it's very easy. All you have to do is look for us on Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, and Instagram. Check us out on scbrtalk.com, and don't forget to download the free live streaming app on Google Play or the Apple App Store. Thank you so much for joining us, everybody.
Yeah, this is great. Mayor Warren, thank you so
Mayor
much.
Warren.
Thank you. And we will have you back on. We want KMET was the #1 station call sign in LA. When you grew up, you remember that?
I do remember.
And now it's been moved right in the center of Southern California. And
Wow.
so we're broadcasting right over all your Fontana and all your folks. So we will look forward to having you back on here. Thank you for listening.
Absolutely.
Everybody.
Thank you all too. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
This has been the Southern California Business Report with Daryl McCance and Yvette Walker on KMET 1490 AM ABC News Radio, a show dedicated to highlighting successful Southern California businesses and the people behind them. Log on to the show's website and remember to visit the podcast page.